The other day, I was surprised by a package from Amazon. It turns out producer Mike had ordered a few random items, just because. Now, I don't make a habit of researching every item gifted to me, but obviously I wanted to include as much info as I could, so to Google I went. And that's a good thing, because I did not know the difference between Higgins Black Magic and their regular Black India ink. Apparently, they are both India ink and waterproof, but they have different formulas. Black Magic is said to be more black, more opaque, and more matte in finish. From my brief testing, off camera, I really couldn't tell much difference between the two. With extensive use, that might change, but for now, either one would work for my purposes. Two Hands Black Pigment Liner Set of 12. One can never have too many pens, and although the last brand of pens I received was not waterproof, I can still use them for writing, sketching, and final line work on art pieces. But my preferred choice is waterproof because it means I have the option of using it for under-inking and adding watercolors over it. So I was happy to see waterproof printed on the package. However, the proof is in the pudding, as they say, and that's probably a poor choice of phrasing here, since that brings to mind black pudding, and I understand some people find it repellent. I've never tried it, but that might be because I've never encountered it. Look, I've eaten my share of Oberto's cocktail peps, and if I'm fine and dandy with pig hearts and pork water, why draw the line at blood? Wait, that's pork, water. Well, that's slightly less gross. With a few of the pens, I initially had a little trouble getting the ink to flow. A little later, though, I tried them again and eventually got them going through repeated gentle strokes. Another poor choice of phrasing. During the first test of the waterproof claim, they failed. Boo! But after some time had gone by, they got a second chance, and they passed. Yay! So I conclude that giving them a good 30 minutes, or maybe an hour, should be sufficient to gain suitable waterproof status. And now we get to something truly new to me. But first, let's admire the pretty packaging. So I believe the listing on Amazon is under Van Gogh, and similar items can be found under several other labels. But the brand on this box is Wu Yu Shu Tang. No, I don't speak Chinese, and I'm positive I mispronounced the heck out of that name. This is the standard box that comes with a glass dip pen, a bottle of ink, and a pen rest. I get the impression that the color of the ink is random. Unfortunately, I didn't think to perform a smear test on camera. So just take my word for it. This ink is not waterproof. Also, the listing describes the pen as luminous, which I found odd but intriguing. So I exposed it to bright sunlight for half a minute, and sure enough, the flecks inside the barrel glow in the dark. Which is sorta cool, I guess. But really, how often am I going to be writing in the dark anyway? The ink included in my box is red, and it has a separate rubber stopper under the metal cap. It's recommended to shake the bottle since the ink contains tiny shimmery flecks. The luxury box is also pretty. Included is a glass dip pen, a pen rest, a small container for, I presume, rinsing, and 4 bottles of shimmery ink in various colors. All items were snugly tucked in a cushiony foam surround, like a mummy in a coffin, or a bug in a rug. Speaking of bugs, with the whiff of fall in the air, the spider migration has begun. I must have whacked a good 4 or 5 little crawlers last week, all trying to turn my studio into their cold weather haven. Frankly, I prefer this over their traps across the front stoop. All summer, we had to karate chop our way to and from the car to avoid a face full of webbing. It was freaking me out. I mean, it's like they were trying to have the meal of a lifetime. Halloween ephemera for junk journals. This book could be useful if you want to get some spook on in your collage work, or if you are an obsessive Halloween collector, like we are. But for anyone else, I say save your money. While there are some images to delight a Halloween hound, there are quite a few that are either very odd or poorly reproduced. I'm happy to share this small pre-fall haul with you all. Until next time, remember, of all the watercolor brand brochures, Daniel Smith's is the best size and shape for Whack-A-Spider. And stay artsy, my friends.